I hope my stock bounces back. I hope my current stocks keeps on rising. I really hope to get the promotion. I hope that my company doesn't get affected by the introduction of AI. I hope that my dream home doesn't cost tens of millions of dollars before I can really afford it. And I hope that inflation doesn't make my savings look worth nothing. Hope, hope, and hope. Does it look familiar? I am sure it does, because that is what constantly going on in our mind, where we want to make wealth in the traditional way. But tell me one thing honestly, don't you feel a nudge in your heart like if this traditional way would be working so well, I would be already successful, I would be already wealthy in my early 20s or max to max in my late 20s. Then what is the other way we middle class people have that we can surely secure our financial future in our 50s or late 60s? And why to even wait for the late 50s or 60s, where some people actually achieving their financial freedom in their 20s or 30s? Well, the answer we all know that it is possible. I am developing my financial mindset in my late 30s, so you people doesn't have to wait for a long period of time, and you can use your hard-earned money in the most efficient way. We will be using our simple common sense here to understand that to accumulate wealth, we not only need to attract, but we also need to earn a huge amount of money, relatively much higher than the average person. And here, two things you need to consider about. The first thing is leverage, and the second thing is about control. But unfortunately, the traditional way doesn't have any of it. You know, when I reverse engineered this traditional strategy into mathematical equation, all I found was no hope and a simple, clear-cut dead end. You will be understanding it more into the deeper level later in the video. See, in the traditional way, my primary source of income is always a job. And a part of job, the wealth acceleration vehicles comes down in the form of like SIPs, index fund, personal portfolio, and life insurances. Now let's put it all together into a simple equation. Wealth equals to primary source of income, which is job, plus wealth acceleration vehicle, which is market investments. But we also need to understand that job is the only component available here which is feeding our lifestyle and also our wealth acceleration or market investments. Now let's go back to the basic and try to understand how we earn money into the job. We earn money into the job based on intrinsic value. But the question is, who decides this intrinsic value for us? It is the marketplace who decides it, and where we exchange a tiny pieces of our lifetime in exchange of money. So the thing is, how much value you are providing to the society, it decides how much money you are going to earn. Let's say, as an example, in India, an average construction worker's daily wage is around 500 to 700 rupees. But on the other hand, an IT professional earns around, on average I'm saying, around 1000 to 3000 rupees per day. But contrast to that, if you look at the daily salary or daily income of an investment banker, the minimum gets 6000 rupees per day. So you can see that, right? Like how much risk and responsibility you are able to take on your shoulder. Based on that, your pay increases or decreases. But the real question here is, can you control time? As much as I know, we can't, because our day is limited only for 24 hours. So here comes the second interesting question. Can I leverage time? Let's say from tomorrow I decide to work 16 hours every day for the rest of my life. Can I do that? The answer is, of course, no. I know some of you may be thinking of Narayan Murthy sir, but let's not bring him into this conversation for my peace of mind. So basically, time having no leverage. In total, we can't even work more than our average life expectancy, which is around 70 years. So if this year I am earning 12 lakhs per year, can I ask my manager to make it 10 times more into the next year? Do I have any control over my job, including my mere 5% pay raise of every year? Now some of you would be suggesting me to go for job hopping, but you know it's not going to work out. Control is either very weak or almost absent. As job income is measured in the factor of yearly package or in some profession, weekly based pay, our traditional wealth acceleration is completely dependent onto the same logic or same vehicle of compound interest. But we all forget that the compound interest is also highly dependent on time. Years multiplied by yearly yield. The traditional market gurus tell you that you invest 60,000 every year, and after 40 years with 15% compound interest, your money will become 6 crore. You will have 6 crore in your savings account. So listening to that, what I did, in the early time of my career, I invested into 2 SIPs where my salary was not that high and I used to struggle to pay the investment amount. They didn't tell me that 15% return is only possible when my money is invested into the top 10 performing stock for all time. They didn't tell me that after 40 years I could be dead or maybe close to that. They didn't tell me that in 40 years my 6 crore will be worth like today's 2 crore. Can I ask for yearly 2000% absurd return from the stock market for my money which is invested? Can I ask for my investment horizon should be stretched from 40 years to 400 years? Again, the numbers cannot be leveraged. The maximum horizon of investment could be around 50 years for all of us. Yearly yield is even worse. It is usually 6%, sometimes 8%, and max to max 10% yearly returns. And if you are thinking that your capital amount can be bigger, you cannot make that bigger because your income is limited because you are into the job. Even the economical factors are also not in our hands, like business-friendly tax, inflation, and unemployment. If we can recall our memories about 2008 and recent 2020, we can clearly understand like how drastically market has crashed. Like, come on guys, in the real world, we will never hear that a college student got wealthy because he was trading or investing into the index fund. We will never meet an employee who became rich by their employer's juicy retirement program. None of the stock traders who are constantly flashing their supercars got rich by investing in mutual funds. These people doesn't exist in reality because the actual young rich people didn't get rich by linear 5% compound interest. They got rich by asymmetric 500% return from the stock market. Never ever ever get cheated by this kind of investment people who try to sell you long-term investments. Always keep in mind that you will get wealthy or you will get your retirement fund after 40 freaking years. So if you are 20 now, you will be 60. If you are 30 years now, you will be 70 years. And if you are 40, most probably you will be dead. Sorry, but that's beyond life's expectancy. Also realize 40 years from now on, your money's purchasing power will decrease 15% or even more. Because 40 years earlier, you could buy a car in 50,000 rupees. You could get a loaf of bread in 2-3 rupees. But with today's skyrocket inflation rate, even a Maruti Swift also cost you 10 lakhs after taxes, where the actual price of the Swift is 6.5 lakhs. See guys, at the conclusion of everything, we don't want our millions to accompany us in our 70s or 80s. We want our millions to accompany us when we are still young. Just remember this mantra: anything that steals time for you or doesn't have the power to free up time for you is a liability. The truth is, jobs won't make you rich, savings and investment alone will not make you rich, and retiring at 65 is not called wealth. Any kind of financial plan without control will surely lead you into one single dead end, and that is called hope. And you know what? Hope is not even a strategy. Remember guys, today's video is like opening a wound which we all unknowingly carry. But later in the upcoming video, I will be giving you the real method to cure it. So please stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Please like the video if for a single time also in your heart you had this aha moment. And please subscribe to help me to build a community of people who are like-minded and who are serious about personal finance. Share with your friends and family if you got out any value from the video. And please in the comment section share your stories, share your opinion or any possible suggestion you want to share with me, because I'm always here to listen to your stories and also learn from you. Arijit here from Bangalore signing out. See you on the next video.